So, Ali, we're here in the Mall of Tehran. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, can you explain a little bit what we are doing here?
We've created a program called the IU Retreat, and the IU Retreat is kind of like an introductory program for people who have never really experienced Ayurveda, and we've designed the program to create really an experience that's unique for people. Many of the people that have come are from Europe, and they've never really had an opportunity to visit India. I think in the entire retreat we have about 10 people in total, of which one person has been to India. And the IU Retreat's intention is to create a really great experience for people that will make them remember their first trip to India. A lot of people have a very different image of India. They might perceive it to be a place that's not clean, it's foreign, it's intimidating. How do I get there? It's very far away. People have all sorts of notions about India. And so the IU Retreat is really a program that we've created to make your first experience in India wonderful. So we have Ayurveda, 2 hours of massage a day, we have meditation, we have yoga, and we have this really cool thing called body art training.
Okay, we have different programs here, right?
Yeah, so basically there are a variety of health programs to cater to people's different needs. So if someone's focus is to lose weight, they can choose something called a slimming program. If someone really wants to focus on detoxification and cleaning the insides of their body, they can opt for something called Panchakarma. We also have an anti-aging program here for people that want to feel and look 10 years, 20 years younger. There is a program for beauty and skin. There's a program for stress management. There's a program specifically that's focused on neck and back pain. So depending on what people's needs are, they can choose any of these programs. We've selected a general rejuvenation program for people because that's the most flexible program. There's no specific requirement to follow a very stringent diet, although you can if you wish to. There's no requirement to stay 2 weeks or 3 weeks as there is with, say, a Panchakarma program. Which requires a longer duration. So someone who's staying on a rejuvenation program can stay for 2 days, they can stay for 20 days, they can stay for 5 days, whatever they wish. And so we've chosen the rejuvenation program for everyone that's come to participate in the IU retreat.
Can you explain a little bit more about Panchakarma? What is it exactly?
So Panchakarma is basically a set of 5 procedures that's used to detoxify the body. Ayurveda is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, systems of medicine in the world. And Panchakarma is a particularly difficult routine that someone would do for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. And it really consists of 4 separate sets of activities. One is preparation of the body. That's preparation from a point of being able to digest this very disgusting concoction called ghee. And you end up drinking what's basically clarified butter or oil called ghee. And that ghee is intended to detoxify the body. It has a special ability or capacity to bind with the toxins of our body and basically help you to expel it from the body through the body's ways of getting rid of this, getting rid of waste. So that's one element. It's called Snehapana. So we prepare the body, then we detoxify the body. That's really the second part, which is the ghee drinking procedure. There is then a process of strengthening the body and then balancing the body. So these are basically 4 activities that happen in Panchakarma, and there are various treatments. As I mentioned, there are 5 different procedures. One's called Vamana, which is induced vomiting to basically clean out the stomach. There's another one called Virachana or purgation. That makes you go to the washroom about 15 times in the span of about 3-4 hours. It's kind of like having an enema, but slightly different. There is a procedure called bloodletting, which is very, very rarely done. In fact, it's pretty much not done at most of the centers unless there's an extreme situation, and that's intended to purify the blood. And so that basically covers it, I think. It's in short, it's detoxification.
And is it a must to do Panchakarma?
Panchakarma should be done at least once in your lifetime. If you've never done Panchakarma, it is recommended. I personally do Panchakarma about twice a year. 2 major detoxes and 2 minor detoxes. That's kind of what was recommended to me. My situation may be different from others. I for years have suffered from acute back pain, and Panchakarma is a way for me to manage my back pain. It basically lubricates all my joints and keeps my spine in top condition. So for someone like me, I need to do Panchakarma a little bit more often because it's not just about detoxification, it's about making sure that your body runs properly.
Okay, so Panchakarma can also be done when you have joint pain, for example.
Yeah, I mean, Panchakarma it can be used to treat a wide variety of health elements. I mean, it's central to any Ayurvedic procedure. If you detoxify the body and then work on strengthening the body and then balancing the body, you can basically heal a wide variety of different health ailments. So people can use Panchakarma to treat skin disorders, immune system disorders, neck, back, knee, hip, joint pain, and so there are so many different ailments that are treated by Panchakarma. It's really kind of a catch-all system of healing the body.
And is it necessary to do the whole Panchakarma package, or can you pick some treatments? Or?
Well, it's really up to the doctors. So you need to sit down with an Ayurvedic doctor at one of these centers and let them go through a series of questions with you, and that's mainly about your lifestyle, about your dietary habits. And so once you go through that procedure, the doctor will determine what is it that you exactly need to do. So you may be required to stay for 2 weeks, you might need 3 weeks, you might need 4 weeks. The exact course of treatments, the number of treatments, what specific treatments, all of that is something that can only really be determined once you interact with an Ayurvedic doctor and they determine what needs to be done.
And how did you experience your Panchakarma?
The first time I did it was about 3 years ago in Mysore at a very good Ayurveda center called Indus Valley Ayurvedic Center. And the first time I did it was only for 12 days. So they kind of broke everything down into 3-4 day stages. Like I mentioned, there was about 4 stages, and they did everything for about 3-4 days. And I had such a dramatic change. I went back to Canada, and all of a sudden I was flying. I was playing ball hockey 3 times a week, running like 2 hours a day. I had all this energy. My back didn't hurt. My legs didn't hurt. Nothing like it. I just felt 10 years younger. And I literally felt that I could do anything. I was 34 years old at the time, and I literally felt I was playing hockey at a level that I hadn't played since my 20s really. And so I knew I was onto something for myself, because I used to see chiropractors and acupuncturists and massage therapists and spend countless dollars every month on different treatments. And this was something that I just did once in my life, and all of a sudden I experienced a dramatic transformation. So I went back to India for another round of not Panchakarma, but I continued on procedures that I wasn't able to finish in the 12 days that I was there. So there's certain nutritional procedures that are basically introduced to the body, and those are called bastis. And I came back for those procedures really. And that was for another week, and then I came back a few months later and did another week. So over the course of 6 months, I spent about 4 weeks at an Ayurvedic center, dropped about 10 kilos in the process, and I today am pretty much pain-free, provided I come back every 6 to 8 months, or just do a detox at home using the techniques that they've taught me.
And so with Ayu Rooms, you want to give all this experience to Western people that might be a little bit scared or insecure about going to India. What is your advice in general if you go to India?
Yeah, India's got probably 1,000 different Ayurveda centers. And it's really difficult to find out where to go for your specific issue. Going to these places alone can be a little bit intimidating. Some of them have a lot of people, some have very few, can be very lonely. You don't know what to expect. And I went, unfortunately I had my brother to basically organize all the logistics for my first experience. He knew where we were going, he knew how to get there, which planes we had to book, etc. Getting to Mysore is not easy even today. And so Ayu Rooms is a company that I formed to promote access to Ayurveda and yoga, and to really make it accessible to people from the West. If it wasn't for my brother or even my mom, I wouldn't have known where to go in India. They went before me, told me where to go. And that's how a lot of people experience Ayurveda. Someone's gone and suggested, you really got to go here. But that may not be necessarily the best place for you. Where I went in Mysore might not be the best place for someone that has a very specific issue like diabetes or Parkinson's. Maybe they need a different place for that. So almost every Ayurveda center has things that they are strong at, and they have things that are weak at. They have certain things about their experience that are great. For example, the yoga might be great at some place, but the food and the hospitality might be really bad at another place. So at every Ayurveda center has its strengths and weaknesses. And one of the things that I do, that we do at Ayu Rooms, my partner and I, Anusha, is that we go around to the different centers and we identify what are their strengths and weaknesses, what are the things that they're good at, what are the things that are not good at, and we give advice to the hotels on things that they need to improve. But the main thing that we do is we help foreigners to come here. We organize all aspects of their stay. Of course, visa is something that they need to take care of in their own country, but we give them a lot of support. We tell them what to write in their visa forms, we give them our personal references, we give them a letter of invitation if they need. So we assist them with visa, we guide them in terms of which is the best way to get there. We even book their domestic flight tickets for them if they need to stay in Bangalore, if they want to go see the Taj Mahal. We organize everything around their trip to make their first trip to India fantastic. But Ayu Rooms is really about transforming people's lives, transforming their health. And so we advise people as to where is the best Ayurvedic center in India to go for your specific health needs.
You know a lot of Ayurvedic centers. Is it evolving in a certain way?
What's evolving is that Ayurvedic centers are promoting themselves a lot more. I think with the advent of the internet, with technology, with smartphones, with everything that we have at our disposal, what's evolving is the way that these centers market themselves. And that's part of the reason I got into Ayu Rooms, is that they're not easily accessible, all of these places. Some of them have really horrible websites. They just have too much information or too little information. The information's not well organized. And so one of the things we're trying to do with Ayu Rooms, we haven't done it yet, but we're trying to figure out is how best to present information to people and how best to package services in a way that makes it convenient and easy for people to access Ayurveda. So I think the only thing that's really changing is really the level of hospitality, and two, marketing and how these services are marketed. But otherwise, you really find that there are a number of great Ayurveda centers all over India. As I said, they all have their own individual strengths and weaknesses. And what we do at Ayu Rooms is to help you figure out where to go.
Okay.